And here I thought Christmas had already come and gone. Looks like we got one more gift. Let's go. Outlander Season 4, Episode 9, The Birds and the Bees. Hey guys, it's Marsha, and welcome to Really Seriously For Real. I think young Ian summed it up best when he said, "When it comes to you, Auntie Claire, I've learned it's best not to ask too many questions." A very wise choice, my boy. Yes, Auntie Claire comes with many questions, head scratchers, and perplexing cosmic theories best left for another time. Instead, let's focus on the biggest cosmic question to emerge from Season 4 so far. When will Brianna meet her father, Jamie, and thus reunite with her mother? This episode picks up directly after the events of the last, where Brianna took the difficult walk back to her room following her dreadful encounter with Stephen Bonnet. As difficult and emotional a scene that was, this was the best acting moment I've ever witnessed from Sophie. The absent look in her eyes, her quiet, pained movements, the breaks in her voice. She genuinely broke my heart. Every time she told Lizzie to go to bed or "Not now, Lizzie," I held my breath because you knew what she went through. You knew how everyone stood by and allowed it. And then as viewers, we had the added information of knowing what kind of man Bonnet was and the true type of peril she was in. Additionally, the idea that there were so many protectors nearby, if only all the dots were connected. But applause to Sophie for a performance full of depth and the ability to convey the true pain and emptiness a survivor of such an attack would feel. Later that afternoon, Roger shows up at the tavern looking for Brianna. A good first step, Roger, but instead he runs into the ultra horrible Stephen Bonnet, who reminds him that he is still under his employment until they dock in Philadelphia. I mean, he's an evil son of a gun, but he's not wrong. So now Roger is escorted back to the Gloriana for the remainder of his journey. I know I'm anti-Roger, but they had him looking pretty good in this episode. Well, hello, Richard Rankin. That 5 o'clock shadow you had was looking kind of tasty. Anyway, when Brianna makes her way downstairs, she finds out Roger was there. So she races over to the docks. But of course, the Gloriana was gone, and she thought he was headed back to the Stones. Oh, I'm a frustrated soul. But they made up for it with Lizzie's arrival when she told a young Ian-sized story when she literally could have just gone straight to the point. I mean, really, Lizzie and young Ian would definitely be perfect for each other. It was cute though. She was so proud of herself. As well she should. I would have been so frustrated if Brianna kept going to Jocasta's. But thanks to Lizzie, who we also learned has been sick, Brianna now knows that her parents are right there in Wilmington. And she also knows where her father is at this very moment, when Brianna is told he's right around the corner. Honestly, I'm expecting this to be the wrong guy. Some other redheaded Scot. Especially once you see he's relieving himself on the back wall. I'm like, no way they're going to have them meet like this. But no, it was Jamie. And there she was, standing right behind him. Which, yeah, I thought it was kind of funny that now she looks like this nut watching a man handle his business. But when he tried to walk away, she placed her hand across his chest. Wow, electric. I don't know what I expected of their first meeting, but the crazy emotional feels were explosive. Brianna stating her name, telling him, "I'm your daughter." The shock in his eyes where you can see the recognition hit him. And they nailed it, allowing the scene to linger long enough to soak in the incredible feeling of joy and love. But wait, there's more. The two of them sitting on a bench as Claire exits a shop and hears Sassenach said behind her, I know you can love and miss someone so much that you can hope your deep yearning for them allows them to appear right in front of you like pow, just like that. Well, there you go. Claire seeing Brianna's face and then being able to hold her was so powerful. Yep, Outlander, you nailed it. So good, I'm happy. And then Ian pops up and finds out he has a cousin. All's well, so they make their way to the ridge with the new knowledge that they're doomed to die in a fire at some point. Yeah, that. By the way, great dig from Jamie when he scoffs at the printer for such an unforgivable mistake with smudging the date. Yeah, Jamie, you could definitely teach him a thing or two. But for now, it's time to be a daddy. But first, before that, let's introduce Murtaugh to Jamie's flesh and blood. Absolute perfect Murtaugh response. What took you so long? I love this guy. Brianna ultimately spends a couple of months at the Ridge, and during that time, she got to see what life was like during that time, helping out with chores, getting to know her family. Murtaugh tells Jamie she has his mother's eyes. Jamie is so full of pride. He doesn't have to hide that this is his daughter. He can literally shout it at the mountaintop. The only thing holding them back is the ever-present, non-literal ghost of Frank. Claire suggests to Jamie that he take Brianna hunting, and so that night he goes to Brianna's hut, first taking time out to watch her sleep and witness her smile. The feels! Claire and Jamie are super happy, but they know something's bothering Brianna. They chalk it up to the loss of Roger, but Claire's mother's intuition knows that there's something more. It would be some more time before Brianna spoke the words. Ian told Brianna about their dealings with Bonnet on the riverboat. So now Brianna comes to the horrifying realization that Bonnet, the man who killed Leslie and stole her mother's ring, is in fact the man who raped her. And the man that Jamie blames himself for helping. Ah, the tangled web. So Brianna keeps that information to herself. Back to the hunt. Brianna and Jamie are on the hunt for bees. Okay, cool. But they also had a chance to have some one-on-one father-daughter time where Jamie acknowledged Frank and thanked him for raising and loving Brianna. But he's thankful she's returned to him. And he ultimately hopes that she could see the Ridge as her own home one day. Another absolutely solid scene that truly pays when you think back to the last time Jamie saw Brianna, which he didn't, because she was in Claire's belly as she disappeared through the stones all those years ago. He missed everything in her life, which is so frustrating because you would think that Jamie is so deserving of being a father and has been denied this honor time after time after time. And now, finally, his little girl is sharing fresh caught honey and calling him Da. Roll the credits, I'm good. Yeah, I know, there's more. Lizzie happily goes off with young Ian to the mill. I mean, honestly, they're too much fun. Lizzie, who is absolutely smitten with Ian, and Ian, who is absolutely oblivious. Brianna is with Claire picking herbs when Claire finally calls a timeout. Like, okay, I get it. You're sad about Roger, but there is so much more going on here. The relief in Brianna's posture, like, whew. Okay, I wasn't going to tell you, but now that you asked, the burden has been lifted. Claire was like, enough already, mom mode, armed, I got you. And then she asked, how far along are you? Make that grandma mode. I love how she was tactfully asking, why didn't they think of protection? Brianna didn't even bring proper clothes. Nobody was thinking about condoms. But then the lead in to who the other possible father could be. Crying. I don't know what made me cry more. Brianna relaying the story to Claire, or Claire looking absolutely horrified and heartbroken for her daughter, hugging her at every turn. Stars, you're getting my therapy bill. That night, Claire telling Jamie was, especially since first he thought Bree was, just leaving and going back home. A thought that kept him up at night. No, Jamie, it's not that. When Jamie jumped up out of his seat and turned around, like he's thinking, I want to end him, and then immediately realizing that there's nothing that he can do. Wow, I'm saying wow a lot. So next we transition to Roger, who completed his stint on the Gloriana and even managed to get a couple of small gemstones instead of coin wages from Bonnet, I suppose for him and his wife to eventually return home. Now Roger is on horseback in the woods, and we see that Lizzie and Ian are also there as well. But Lizzie spots Roger first and tells Ian that that's the man that hurt Brianna. A tangled web indeed. See, if Lizzie was a witness at Brianna's handfast ceremony, we might not be having this issue right now. And it's a big one, because Ian brings Lizzie to Jamie and she tells him everything. I mean, she goes into her Ian mode again and overshares, and Jamie just sees red. At the same time, Claire finds her ring amongst Brianna's things, and they do the absolute best sinking feeling, blood draining from your face camera zoom in on Claire. So good. When she asks Brianna if Bonnet was the man who hurt her, I mean, come on, Outlander, you're killing me. More crying, y'all. I just can't. So Jamie, fired up, tells Ian and Lizzie to say nothing to Claire or Bree, and he charges off in search of Roger. Only he doesn't know it's Roger. Oh, it's just messed up. But sorry, I can't possibly be the only one who laughed when poor Roger, yes, it's poor Roger now, because poor Roger looks up with the most innocent, "Excuse me, sir, would you happen to know where I might find the Fraser's Ridge?" And then pow, lights out Roger. Roger, the next time you see this hulking, angry freight train barreling towards you, either run to your horse or at least duck, man. I'm not sure if they were playing for laughs, but play it a few times, okay? That whole, "Excuse me, sir," super innocent. I felt bad. Oh my wow. I loved it. I thought for once they nailed the time necessary to take in the newness of their relationships with each other. We weren't just like rushed through the reunions or even the revelation of what happened to Brianna. Her constant awareness of her pain was always at the surface, like a sun peeking through the clouds. But Claire's motherly instinct knew, and we were always given the nod that the story was moving where it needed. This episode did the best job at dropping cues and then giving payoff where necessary. Now, my only criticism was I was super confused when Lizzie went with Ian during the day and Brianna told Claire her news around the same time. But then Claire told Jamie about Brianna at night, I thought. Yet Lizzie and Ian saw Roger during the day after Jamie already knew what happened to Brianna. So I'm confused. Did they edit the scene wrong? Please, someone fill me in. What did I miss? And is it bad that if I was Brianna and I saw Jamie, I would have been like, now I understand why Mom went back. Hello. All right, question of the day. Who had the better reunion? Comment down below. So thanks for joining me yet again, but be sure to give this video a thumbs up and definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. Click the bell so you're always notified when I upload a video. Thanks for watching. Until next time.